and welcome to InnoGrid TV in association with Engerati. Kalle Kukk from Elering, a digitalisation advisor, joins us now. Thank you for spending time in our studio. You are based in Estonia. Elering is an Estonian TSO. I'm interested to know how the kind of grid is looking from that perspective, both countrywide and kind of pan-European wide.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me here. What I'm looking at now is the digitalization angle and how it could change the world we are operating in, and also our business, the TSO business, how this could be changed. I believe that the word digitalization is maybe used too much already, but we don't have better word for it, what they are doing. Anyway, the digitalization is not the aim in itself, but we see it as a tool to enable the changes which are needed in the energy sector, in the energy community anyway. And digitalization only now fastens those changes. So we as a TSO, the transmission operator, but also the distribution operator, the suppliers, also consumers, all stakeholders need to adapt if they want to survive, if I may say so. This clearly, in one hand, changes the way how the whole system works. We know that customers becoming more active, customers being able to participate directly in the market, for example, by providing the flexibility to grid operators. But also it means at the same time for the system operators, both TSOs and DSOs, that there will be less energy in the grid and more information flows in the system. So therefore both TSOs and DSOs have to change themselves, their businesses. I actually believe that this paradigm shift will somehow merge the TSO and DSO, because historically this division was based only on the level of voltage of the grid which we were running. But I think this does not really matter anymore, or it does matter less. From the data perspective, the data management point of view, then we are doing the same thing. We both need more or less the same data. We get the data from the same sources anyway. So it makes sense to put the DSO and TSO into one, maybe. I think it will happen sooner or later. And this makes also us not as a transmission operator or a distribution operator, but rather as a smart grid operator or something similar.
Do you, I mean, you're involved in NSOE, I know you're on one of some of the committees. Do other people share that view that they could see the TSO and DSO actually combining into one entity?
I think the committees and working groups I have been involved, there are quite open-minded persons because they have to be by nature. I've been the member of the R&D committee for a long time of NSOE, and now also in the TSO-DSO committee. So obviously those representatives of TSOs have to be very, very open-minded, and I see that we share the views in most of the aspects, but for example, as I also today pointed out in one of the sessions here, that if we talk about data management, then automatically most of us, or some of us, think of meter data, the data coming from the meters, the smart meters. And then there are the other guys who are sitting in the dispatch centers and running the system, and they talk about the operational data or real-time data from the grids and the power plants. It has been difficult to take these two worlds together. So it should be done because I see that you need operational data also for market development, and you need meter data for operation of the system. So there shouldn't be no such distinction between those two.
Logically, that would work very well. But can you see that there'd be sort of politically, tricky challenges to overcome?
Sensitive, maybe, yes, and not maybe politically in its big meaning, but also professionally on the company level, because still I see that some persons, the engineers, are sitting on one side of the table, and then the market developers and innovators are sitting on the other side, and they are still talking maybe too often two different languages.
You were telling me you're working on a data exchange program, which is Estonian-based, EstFeed.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, we run this data exchange platform called EstFeed. We actually started a few years ago when we first established the data hub, so the kind of the data storage where we have hourly data from all the electricity meters all around Estonia. And today it's the actual consumption and generation information, because we just completed 100% rollout of smart meters in Estonia. And we also now had the data hub for the gas. We also have made similar thing there. And now based on these data hubs, we are developing the data exchange platform, a wider concept which connects different data sources, like the consumption and generation information from those hubs, but also other information. For example, the weather forecast, or they had prices for the electricity, for example. This is there already, but it also we see that it should connect and make available the information from individual sensors at smart homes, for example. And it also can connect different kinds of public government databases and registers. So the EstFeed is like a one-stop shop where every interested party has access to different data, which is more or less related to energy, but not only, because we want to make it also cross-sector. So it could be also in the future include, besides electricity, gas and heat, which we do today, also, for example, water consumption or transport sector or telecommunications sector, and then you can combine these different information and parties can come up with new interesting solutions to serve the clients. So, and indeed, everybody is welcome to develop their application and join the EstFeed platform.
Okay, so
we are creating the access to data.
For what, third-party developers?
Yeah. Okay. Everybody.
So it's all aggregated, and there's no sort of privacy issues going on with accessing that data?
It can be aggregated, it can be also individual data, but in that case, of course, you need data owner's consent. In case of energy consumption, you need the consumer's consent that this specific application is allowed to access my data for the given period. This is actually one of the core elements of this data exchange platform, all the system for giving the mandates, abolishing the mandates, etc.
I should ask about security with something like that. How have you kind of ensured that it's, it's not going to get breached?
Yeah, with ICT, it's always the risk, of course. But I think the risks are not larger than it would be in the conventional world where the consumer would send on paper information about himself to interested parties, whatever. But what we have done, we are using the platform which has already been used by Estonian government. So it's called X-Road, the name of the platform on the government level, and it connects all government-owned databases and services in Estonia. So if any citizen communicates with a government, with a tax authority, or any other, he actually does that over the X-Road platform and uses its ID card, which is the identification document in Estonia, but you can insert it in your computer, log into the system, and have access to all services.
So you're piggybacking on that existing system?
Yes, we are using the same infrastructure, let's say so. And it can be easily used in other countries as well, like the government does with the X-Road in Finland, for example. We can also scale our S-Suite concept to other countries. And this is what we want to do with the new Horizon 2020 project starting this autumn.
Okay, I was going to ask, is it a model that can easily be replicated in other countries?
Yes, but I even wouldn't say that it's replicating the exact same model, but I think the future is more about making different systems to talk to each other. So it may be different platforms in different countries, but the important is the connecting layer, the data exchange layer. So the different data hubs in individual countries, but also individual stakeholders in different countries can communicate with each other using harmonized data formats and procedures.
Okay, so for that Horizon 2020 project, have you thought about what sort of communications infrastructure the backbone would be for a kind of network of data hubs in that way?
Well, the project will start only this autumn. Of course, we are providing our solution we are using in Estonia, but definitely there are some other possible solutions. In this project, we need to go through all of them and see what is the best option.
Oh, well, good luck with the project. That's all
Thank
we've got
you.
time for now. Thank you for watching InnoGrid TV in association with Engerati. Thanks for watching.